I want to bring to your attention about digital distribution with video games. I caught a couple tweets talking about how Microsoft, and I don't fully know the story about the situation. I think people are panicking on the situation. Supposedly, they're trying to start a monopoly of forcing people to get digital distribution of games. My thing about this situation is, regardless of what happens, a digital distribution is coming regardless of what comes of this situation. It may not come now, but it is going to come, and that's something that we're going to have to accept. If you look at physical sales, they've been dropping. I was concerned about it when the 8th generation of consoles came around, and I was handed an article stating that physical games are not going anywhere anytime soon. But it's to the point that digital is getting up so much in sales that certain companies, like, I'll give you really a good example of why digital distribution unfortunately is going to become a thing. Look at Alan Wake 2. That game is going to be only digital distribution. There's not going to be any physical copy of it. And we are part of the problem, not the solution. People keep trying to blame corporations and all that stuff, but it's really not their fault. It's both parties' fault. It's our fault because we're contributing to the problem. I understand that not everybody has the means to go grab physical games. I get that. But the problem is people are really starting to prefer convenience, and that's sending a message to these companies saying, hey, people are getting more digital, so why don't we just decide to only produce digital distribution games? There's going to be a time when ownership of games is going to be obsolete. You know the old saying, the conspiracy theory of you will own nothing and you will be happy? That's going to become a reality eventually. It's going to come to fruition. And it doesn't matter how many people get concerned about it or stamp up a complaint, it's going to come. Because we have accepted convenience. Trust me, I don't like the fact that anytime digital games can be taken away. Look what happened to some of the PSN games from these certain niche Japanese companies. They had to get rid of their digital games because the licensing expired. Licenses expire, and when they do, these games will sadly be lost to time. I'm a big advocate of emulation for a reason, because that is the only 100% solution to preserve games. These games at any point can go away. You don't own these games. You only own the license. If you really want to be technical, even with the physical media games that you buy, you really don't own those either. You own the license to them. Because as soon as you insert the disc in, you see 2 bars pop up. And one of the bars is it downloads the rest of the game digitally. So you technically don't even own the physical games you buy. And with PS5 and Xbox Series consoles, it's even worse. If the game has an update, you have to install the update. There's no work around it. You have to install the update or you're not playing the game. It's really getting bad, guys. If you really want physical media to stay, we have to make an effort to support more physical media games. If you have the option to, buy the game on disc instead. But this digital distribution, it's going to be the future. Eventually. And it doesn't matter how much we speak up with our voice. Doesn't matter. Because as long as you give them the money, they're going to do what they believe is going to make them more money. And what is making more money right now? Digital games. Digital is going to take over for console, and that'll be the end of it. You will have no ownership when it comes to console games. PC, it's a whole different topic because it's an open platform. It's going to be really hard for them to try and screw people over on the PC gaming side of things when it comes to digital distribution. Console, because it's a closed platform, I guarantee you they're going to really screw you over and say, hey, well, despite you purchasing it on your console, you really don't own it. We'll just take the license back now. Thank you. That's what's going to happen. Okay? Don't tell me it's not going to happen. It's going to happen. Because, again, you only own the license. When you sign up to Steam or PSN or Xbox, a lot of people just glance over the terms of service or the TOS. It says right in there they can revoke it at any time. And it's a shame because I remember a time when we actually really did. There was a time where we really owned our games. We truly owned our games. I remember even back with the PlayStation 3, yes. As much as you had to mandatory install every game, at least you still owned it. It wasn't downloading anything from the internet off the disc. It was downloading it right from the disc. PS4, and especially PS5, you don't own your games. Those are licenses. If I had to guess when digital distribution will fully be enforced, probably like 20 years, 10 years, around there. At the rate digital is growing faster in sales, it could be less. We have come to the point where convenience is the number one factor in our lives. We just want to find the most convenient thing to find and we just go along with it. And it's really unfortunate. Trust me when I say this, I wish I could buy more physical games for myself, you as well. But when I go look in stores, most of the time they don't have the games I want. And I'm not buying off of websites because if you buy off websites, you have to pay the shipping fees. I'm not paying this extreme price for shipping for a physical disc game. I'm not paying for that. It's outrageous. I'm not doing that. So, guess what I have to do? I have to buy digital distribution. And I know for a fact I'm contributing to the problem, but hey, it is what it is. It's both the corporations and the consumer's fault. And we have to put up with it. So leave your thoughts below on this digital distribution for gaming. What are your thoughts on this situation? Would really like to know. I'll catch you guys for now.